This is getting all mixty-masty, Mr. Gray. I'm starting about here like a pea on a drum. But I keep remembering things, important things, that made him the poet that he was. Like Betty Davidson. Did you ever hear tell of Betty Davidson? No? Well, she was his mother's sister, I think. What came to live with him when Rab was just a wee bairn of 6 or 7. Oh, the Waynes loved her, even though she scared them half to death. See, Betty was one of the old kind, with all that peasant superstition and stories of ghosts and fairies and wraiths and kelpies and deadlights and dragons and all sorts of trumpery. You see, his father gave him the book learning, but his Auntie Betty gave him the fire for his imagination to bring the learning to life. She would tell him all kinds of stories. And Rab and Gilbert sitting there with their eyes sticking out their heads, nae daring to move. Rab told me once he couldn't have written Tam O'Shanter without his Auntie Betty. You ken that one? Aye. Well, there's folks won't go near the old kirk at Alloway, where Tam saw warlocks and witches in a dance. Nae cotillion Brent knew frae France. But hornpipes and jigs and strathspeys and reels put life and metal in their heels. And Tam saw Old Nick, the deal, Clootie, Satan himself, a towsy tyke, black, grim and large. To gie the music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and gart them skirl till roof and rafters a' did dirl. Oh, it's grand stuff, Mr. To hell with what it means, man. Listen to the music in it. Oh, Tam, hast thou been so wise as ta'en the ain wife Kate's advice? She told the wheel there was a skellum, a bletherin', blusterin', drunken blellum, that frae November to October, a market day there wasnae sober. If you can't understand that for what it is, Mr. Gray, you're nae right to be writing a book about Robert Burns. Aye, well, maybe you can and maybe you canna. Aye, right enough. I said I would help you out. Well, skellum and blellum. But a skellum is a rogue, and a blellum is a blether. A chiel that won't stop talking. A bit like me when I've had a drink or two. What's that? His mother. Oh, well, that's no such a happy story, Mr. Gray. I'm not the right person to ask. I just ken a wee bit for what Rab told me. Well, Rab was the firstborn, and Gilbert came soon after. And ever since he can remember, Rab had the feeling that she was cold to him and that she liked Gilbert better. And perhaps she could see in those black eyes of his that he was never going to buckle himself to what she expected of an eldest son. And she was right. Oh, he tried. He tholed and he toiled long years at all they farms. Each one were wet, sour glory clay that wouldn't give a fair return to honest work. Work that killed his father, and to my mind killed him too. Or set him up to be killed by yon fool of a Dr. Maxwell in Dumfries. You know, yon man, he told him to take laudanum, mercury, port wine, and to bathe in the sea every day at high tide. Mr. Gray, I'm nae a doctor, but if I wanted to kill a horse, I think a diet of mercury and sea bathing in Scotland would just about do it. What was your question? Oh, aye, his mother. Well, his mother could see the difference. And then Rab began to act different. And he stood up to his father. And he went to dancing classes in Tarbolton. And then he started daffing with the lassies. And then he was into the Hochmagandie. Hochmagandie. There's a grand word for your vocabulary, Mr. Gray. I think your English word is fornication. But I think you'd agree, Hochmagandie says it better. You know, as they say in the kirk,
Guilty of fornication.
it sounds like a terrible thing. I'd be feared of the brimstone and damnation myself. But going out for a wee bit of hochmagandy, it doesn't sound so bad, does it? No. And you know, when he put out his first book of verses in Kilmarnock, his mother never smiled on him. She never said she was proud. And when he went to see the gentry in Edinburgh, she never said a word. It's a terrible thing, Mr. Gray, never to hear your mother's blessing. But she gave him song, Mr. Gray. She gave him song. She couldn't read nor write, Agnes Brune, but she had a sweet voice, and she kent all the songs, and she would sing to forget, or at least to try to pretend that life wasn't just one sair trochel after another. Sair trochel, that's a hard trouble, Mr. Gray. Rab told me once, when he was just a wee bairn, he could feel the hair in his neck start to bristle when she started to sing. So there you have it. His father gave him the learning, and his mother gave him the song, and his Auntie Betty gave him the fire for his imagination. And just look what he's given to us, Mr. Gray. All they verses and poems and songs worth 10 times their weight in gold. I mean, he should have been a rich man, instead of always looking over his shoulder to see if the landlord was after him for the rent. But he knew the real value of money, Mr. Gray. What did he say? The worldly race may riches chase, and riches still may fly them all. And though at last they catch them fast, their hearts can ne'er enjoy them all. Is that not the truth, Mr. Gray? Eh, Mr. Gray? Mr. Gray? Oh, well, serves me right for being a blethering blellum. Give me a canny hour at e'en, my arms about my dearie-o, and worldly cares and worldly men may I get tapsulteary-o. Tapsulteary? There's another word for your dictionary, Mr. Gray. I'll get you to write it down when you wake up. It means topsy-turvy, upside down. Green grow the rushes, oh, green grow the rushes, oh, the sweetest hours that I e'er spend are spent among the lasses. Rab. With songs like that, you'll live forever.
None but care in every hand, and every hour that passes, oh, but signifies the worth, oh man, of it only for the lasses, oh. Green grow the rashes, oh, green grow the rashes, oh, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent was spent amongst the lasses, oh. The worldly race may riches chase, and riches still may fly them, oh. But when at last they catch them fast, their heads can ne'er